As time passed, they moved only dozens of feet away from where James thought he saw movement. And still, there was nothing that came from behind the trees that obstructed their view. With Kate and Adam on either side of him, their field of vision was wide enough where even if whatever moved escaped, they'd still be able to witness it. It was soon coming down to a 50-50 chance that James didn't actually see anything, or that whatever he saw was hiding behind the tree. He occasionally checked above them and didn't see any movement of the branches aside from what the shifting of the air created. The forest wasn't an overly windy location. However, there's still a decent amount of air that shifted, likely due to some difference in pressure. James pictured the air around them like a flow of current in his mind. They may not be able to see and feel it, but the air was like being inside an ocean. Due to how close they were getting to the area where he thought he saw movement, James realized that he was tightening his grip on the dagger in both hands. He also attempted to imagine any kind of movement from an attack in an attempt to catch him off guard. Due to how he fit in his group, such a scenario wasn't difficult to imagine. James was confident that no matter how the thing reacted, he'd be able to anticipate and respond appropriately. That is, if there's anything there, he couldn't help but think. Looking over to Kate, James waited until she noticed. He motioned with his hand that she'd go wide to the left. He did the same with Adam, motioning with his hands that Adam would be going wide to the right. Turning his head, the others signaled that they were ready. Hopefully, there's nothing there. James breathed in and let it out slowly. His entire body felt like it had electricity flowing through it, with how his senses were heightened. Due to this, he took a moment to calm himself down. Being careful not to drop his dagger, James loosened his grip slightly before tightening them again. "I'm ready," James thought. Turning to check on Kate and Adam, he ensured that they were circling around the obstructing trees. James crouched slightly before sprinting forward when he felt they were sufficiently far enough to catch anything that tried to escape. Rushing forward, the world felt like it was slowing down slightly. James's eyes darted to see any signs of an attack directed at him. Just like any other time, it had a similar familiarity to it. This reassured James that things would work out. He doubted even the fastest monster would give itself away and give him a sliver of a chance to dodge it. Rounding the tree, James's eyes widened. Nothing. James breathed out. He quickly checked above him, but that didn't change anything. No monster, or even force animal. "I'm not seeing anything," Kate yelled out. Sheathing his daggers, James took a moment to place a hand on the nearest tree to rest. A flood of relief and specks of embarrassment could be felt. "You okay?" Adam asked. James turned to see both Kate and Adam approaching him. Unlike Adam, Kate was still checking their surroundings, as though thinking whatever James thought he saw was somehow hiding from them. "Just trying to recover my dignity," James chuckled. He shifted the lower part of his helmet to let him breathe easier. The air felt refreshing. Though the mask did protect his face, it made breathing slightly more laborious. Adam headed over to where James was leaning on the tree. He placed a hand on James's shoulder. "You sure you're good?" Turning his head, James gave a half smile. "I'm good. Just taking a breather after feeling like we were going to go up against something, and it ended up just being a figment of my imagination." Don't let it get to you. You were doing what you were supposed to do. Adam shook him gently. We have your back.